Welcome to High Infidelity, the best cheating videos on YouTube. If you enjoy this content, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's get into the video.
Wife had been flirting with her coworker. She said she would stop, but it just happened again. Is there any future in this relationship? My wife and I have been married for slightly more than 3 years now. Last Christmas, I found she had been having a long conversation with a coworker of hers, in which they talked about having had multiple times and that they couldn't wait for the next one. The guy said he was going to book a hotel near their office right after Christmas. In this conversation, when he said he was looking forward to seeing my wife, she would reply with things like, "I'm looking forward to much more than just seeing you," etc. You get the idea, overly flirty, and when I confronted my wife, she denied the conversation existed. After deleting it, she showed me her phone to prove it didn't exist, but I had taken a few pictures. She then said it was all virtual and that they never did anything physical. To prove she was right, she messaged her coworker in front of me. Asking if he had booked the hotel, he replied, "Not yet." She then asked if he was really expecting them to meet, to which he replied negatively. She promised they would never talk again, and I agreed, simply because I love her a lot and wanted to trust her, but in my mind, I wasn't completely sure she had been honest. For a few weeks, I must admit I checked her phones a few too many times, so she changed her password, which I was fine with because I was probably being too paranoid. This week, I picked her phone up because I needed a code that had been sent to her phone number. I didn't even need to unlock the screen to get it. To my surprise, under the message with the code, there were other messages from the same guy. One of them was an audio. The second one was a shirtless photo of himself in front of a mirror, and the third one said sweaty and a few emojis with the tongue. I confronted her since she had promised they wouldn't talk ever again, and she said he just wanted to show her he's going to the gym to show progress, but that the rest of the times they talk it's just about work, and that this is just a coincidence. I asked her to show me the rest of their messages, but she said she had mistakenly deleted their conversation history. My wife says she's going to change this time and that I never really forgave her, and that's why she kept talking to the guy. She says this time she's really going to stop, but I had a hard time believing it. Or even if she does stop, I fear when things don't go so well between us, she'll do it again. I really love her, but can't keep living like this. Is there any situation in which this can work? What would you do? Comments. I lived through this exact scenario, forgave my spouse, started a family. It happened several more times over many years, and now we have deeply hurt our kids as we finally, bitterly divorce. I believed our relationship was different than most, and our love/friendship was something unique and perfect. It wasn't. After a horrible year of grieving my marriage/family/dreams, healing from the betrayal and hiding from all the drama-hungry neighbors, I can tell you definitively that it gets better. Don't beat yourself up for trusting the person you vowed to wholly love. There is nothing intrinsically wrong with you, and don't be afraid to walk away from people who tell you otherwise. Good luck. Know that you did the right thing, including being willing to believe her, and get excited for the next adventure with a person who will be worthy of you. Dude, hope you learn that you never really know someone. I disagree. You need to apply a higher standard of knowing someone. You need to confront difficult realities, not make excuses for them. Eventually, you can earn your own trust back, and with that, you can learn to trust others again, too. I know this because I have lived through something not dissimilar. Rebuilding trust won't be quick or easy, but it can be done. Your comment resonates with me. Being betrayed makes you lose trust in the betrayer, but more importantly in yourself. You doubt as to whether you're interpreting a relationship correctly, or if this person is being honest. You lose trust in your own capacity to interpret the world correctly, and thus lose the ability to trust in general. You stop trusting yourself, and life becomes unstable and indecisive. Gaining trust in your own ability to face reality without excuses is the first step towards recovering and eventually learning to trust others. Excellently put. Saying, "You never really know someone" is too easily generalized and is a way of excusing your failure to see truth. It's better to just get smarter at understanding the world than it is to assume you'll never be able to fully trust someone else. As much as want to agree with you, I really think people can change, including yourself, in ways you never ever thought. I'm not saying you can't trust people, but to think you know someone may be a mistake to make from my experience. If you were saying it's possible for people like OP cheating wife to change, sure, I agree with that. But I think it's been established that their particular romantic relationship with each other is, given our short time on this planet, likely irrevocably broken. What is knowing someone? What is knowing yourself? In this context, I think it's being able to trust your judgment that a romantic partner is genuine in their affection and faithful with their love and truthful in their words and actions. Trust in yourself and in others can be rebuilt even after being utterly destroyed if you are willing to put in the work. Therapy, counseling, spending time with family and friends, helping others, and so on might take years to get there, But ultimately, I think it's possible to know yourself and someone else enough to be in love again. Edit. Maybe I misread your comment. If you mean that someone you once trusted might change into a person you can't trust, I also agree with that. There are no guarantees in life. I don't even believe in death and taxes. No one owes us anything. We can't control anything but our own decisions. All of that being said, I think if we are honest with ourselves, then we can, eventually, know when someone else is being honest and when they are not. In that way, we can know them, regardless of how undesirable it may be to do so. If you mean should it be done with his cheating wife, I don't think so. Life is too short to waste it on someone so broken and malicious. Should it be done with someone else after a period of healing, strengthening, and introspection? That's an intimately personal and case-by-case decision. I'm just here to rebut the notion that we can never trust ourselves or anyone else to be an honest person. I know I don't help at all with his soon-to-grow trust issues. The problem that I'm trying to highlight is his way of describing her and them in these posts. My world, my universe, my altar, perfect couple, and so on, while she's another. So I hope he walks away from this not with trust issues, but with a more sense of perception and with a better understanding of red flags, and to not praise the girl of his dreams while he already found so many texts more than one time. I agree with this, but that's not really the same as you never really know someone. You definitely can know someone. You just need to make sure you're paying attention to their actions and not allowing rose-colored glasses to get in the way of reality. Lol. In the first text, they talk about having multiple times and can't wait for the next time. Booking hotel ect and he thinks it's just flirting. Open your eyes, man, and stop being ridiculous. She's cheating on you physically and emotionally. What more proof do you need than having in front of you? Don't even paraphrase. No filter. Just say it. Clearly, the wife has no real intentions on being faithful. Even if this had just been flirty, non-physical messaging, it still crosses a line, in my opinion. Don't let this keep happening, because it will. She will say over and over again that it won't. It will. She will just get better at hiding it by changing his name in her phone or using a different app to talk to him. Oh, and the fact that she somehow tried to turn the fact that she still talks to him back onto you, that shows she was grasping for an excuse, and that is not your fault. It is her fault, and she apparently takes zero responsibility for it, which is concerning. You've been married 3 years and you don't mention kids, so I'm assuming you don't have any. Consider yourself lucky, dude. She's cheating on you. A lot of people cheat, most don't get caught. Consider yourself lucky again that you don't have to take her word for it, because the evidence you found is clear-cut. She may eventually admit, she may not. No matter, you have your answer.